All right, let me try this one again. What's up, YouTube? I tried making a video yesterday, but unfortunately my camera was pointing down to the ground pretty much the whole time. Kind of wanted to give another update on the bike, see how it's doing. I ended up taking off all the lube that the bike shop put on when I first bought the bike, and I replaced it with this dry lube. I did a lot of research, and according to my riding conditions, dry lube is definitely the best for me. I only ride out when it's dry, and it's gonna repel a lot of these little rocks and dirt. I tend to drive on like graveled crush rock paths or just normal paths. Decided to go a different little way to the bike trail today. The other way that I ride, it's a pretty steep incline. I just don't feel like working that hard right now. It's supposed to be a pretty shitty day today as far as weather. In upstate New York, it's gonna rain, so I thought I'd get a quick ride in the morning before all of this goes down. And so let me talk about the bike a little bit. A couple things, like the front derailleur, I feel like isn't adjusted properly. When I'm on like the big sprocket in the front and I'm rocking like 4th or 5th gear in the back, the chain rubs on the derailleur, and I just feel like that shouldn't happen. Like it's a pretty common gear ratio to be in, and I feel like there's a lot of rub. This lube is amazing. Yesterday I went for a ride. It's super smooth, very, very quiet. The gears are very quiet, drivetrain is quiet. And yeah, I'm really pleased with the lube so far on the bike. I'm really impressed with this fork. It definitely is designed exactly what to do. It's locked out, and when you go over a bump, it definitely disengages and gives you that cushion. There's a couple of off-roading things I want to talk about. Also, I really recommend that you deflate your tires and not rock your road pressure, tire pressures when you're off-road, because there's just no traction, especially going up hills on loose soil. So I noticed that if I let some of the air out of the back tire, I'll definitely get a little bit more traction climbing, which is really good. I needed that. But then the flip side is when you're not on the trails and you're back on the road, the tire is definitely pretty squishy. So I might have to get like a pump that is mounted on the bike. And yeah, I'm just overall really pleased with this bike. The riding position, the seating position is perfect for what I need. I'm not like racing anyone or trying to go as fast as I can. It's very comfortable, but at the same time, it does have a little bit of a forward lean to it, which I like. Like I said in my other video, I was riding a Specialized Cirrus for a long time when I was in college in Boston, and that bike was great too. I don't like the idea of the drop handlebars. I just feel for me it's a little bit too unstable. Not that big of a fan. And yeah, it's just I'm really pleased with this bike. I don't know what else to say. I mean, the gear ratio is great. It's definitely very quick, especially going downhill. Like this thing flies. Going uphill, just having 2 sprockets in the front is completely fine. I don't know why anyone would say they need a granny gear on this bike, because if you're riding in the first gear in the front, first gear in the back, this thing is no problem climbing any hills. And I've been taking this thing up some pretty steep hills, even off-road too, and it's not been a problem. So I'm very pleased with this bicycle. The discs are good. I wouldn't really know what else to think, because I've never ridden a bike with disc brakes before. I mean, I come from a motocross background, and for me, man, brakes are brakes. It's like, if this thing's gonna stop, it's gonna stop. My girlfriend has a bicycle with V-brakes, and that thing's fine too. Like, I understand, okay, in wet conditions, Disc are definitely going to be a little bit better, but at the end of the day, man, brakes are brakes. It's like a car, drum brakes, disc brakes, it doesn't matter. The car's still going to stop. And you should never be putting yourself into a situation where you need to slam on the brakes. I understand things pop out on you on the trail or people run out in front of you, but when you're going on a bicycle, you're not going that fast. Unless you're flying down a hill. When in that case, I feel like disc brakes and V brakes are still gonna act in the same way. But who am I? Who am I to say that, you know? I'm not a professional cyclist. I'm just an amateur, just on the bike for a workout. I'm shooting at like 30K now. Not 30K, 4K, 30 frames a second, because the GoPro doesn't shoot 60 frames a second at super wide view, which is a little bit disappointing. I feel like it could have definitely done that. Yeah, just another gorgeous day. Small little hill right here, and bike is climbing it like a champ. I definitely fixed the derailleur in the back. I had to tweak it, and it works fine now. It doesn't skip any gears, doesn't jump gears. And we're almost on the trail. Definitely a nice way to get a workout though, right in the beginning of the ride, climbing this hill to get to the trail. And once we're on the trail, it's definitely pretty flat, which is nice. Whew. We are on the trail, smooth. I can hear it rubbing already. Almost feel like it's bent a little bit, this big gear in the front. Let's see what gear this is. So this is 9, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6. Little rubbing in 6th. 5, there's definitely rub, which is really unfortunate. I'm gonna have to just slide that derailleur over, make a little bit of an adjustment. Gotta figure out how to do that, but we're on the trail. Hope everyone's having a good day. So here's a little bit of off-road trail near my house. Handled it like a fucking champ. You know, you can do the off-road thing, you can do the road thing. It can really do anything I tell it to do. You know, besides the hard off-road stuff, it won't be able to go through that very well, but you know, I'm sure if I replace my tires, it'll be fine. These are definitely more road-oriented tires, you know, but what I just did, like, you know, those little gravel and dirt paths, it's completely fine. I'm coming up to this hill right now, where I'm gonna go downhill. I'll show you how fast the bike gets. Goes pretty fast. By the falls. Show you what it's like over there. These are the Coast Falls coming up. It's definitely pretty beautiful. I just want to make sure I was recording. It's Coast Falls. These falls used to power a textile mill. Using water power. Not much activity happening because it's kind of dry. The back roll path. I did all this yesterday, and I looked at the footage and it was pointing at the ground the whole time. Really stupid. You see that beaver? Gotta look for a hose. To